Shalom, beloved family. It's your girl, Sophia Spiritual Light, and we are here for our cosmic weather and tarot report for the week. It is August 7th through August 13th that we are covering. And without further ado, we're just going to get started. All praise, all glory, and all honor go to the Most High, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, the great I Am, loving kindness, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We ask for permission to speak with the angels for just a few moments so that we can get some messages that will help us to manage our emotions during the cosmic weather that is occurring for this week. To the earthly mother, we thank you for always being with us and giving us free access to your angels. We acknowledge our older, wiser brother Yahushua and the perfect example that he set. And to the angels, to our personal guardian angels, to the archangels, to the Council of 12, to the Council of 24, to the 24 elders, to the 42-letter name of the Most High, to the 72-letter name of the Most High, to the 144,000 angels on the council, to the 216 angels that sit atop the tree of life, to the entire administration of angels, to all the angels whose names we know and the ones whose names we do not know. We ask you to come and be with us for just a moment so that we can get some messages that will help us to better manage our emotions during the cosmic weather for this week so that we can be of better service to the Most High and to the kingdom. All right, so here we have our cosmic weather for this week. Of course, you can screenshot it, and if you are unable to read it, just send me an email, and I will send you just a copy of it, and I will also post this on my Instagram, which is the same name as my YouTube channel. So, for today, this is coming out a little bit late. I'm planning to have these actually come out on Saturdays. So just keep an eye out for that. Saturday, probably 3 or 4 o'clock, something like that. So for this week, though, however, the beginning of the week, let's see. So from Salam this morning or midnight, Sunday morning, all the way Shemesh morning, all the way into Salam tonight. So Salam to Salam. No, actually, yes. The energy is not too bad or neutral or good, and it alternates throughout the day. So anything that you can get done today is going to be probably a good idea because we have bad cosmic weather from Salam to Tamur, Lanava, and then neutral, and then we have really bad cosmic weather all the way from Natalon to Natalon on Renava to Reina on Kokav. So the strategy for making this, managing this is try to harness as much energy as you can today and then basically go into harvest mode. Most of Lanava, Madim, and Kokav. And remember, harvesting is when you take the energy in and you make something, you do something with it. Harnessing is when you basically take the energy in and you relax with it. So you want to make plans to be very active personally, like do stuff with yourself, do stuff for yourself, work on, something related to something that you want to accomplish for your actual self. All the way through Kokav. It's just the energy is just going to be extremely intense. And so you want to just that's going to be the best way to handle that. So, but then on Rana on Kokav all the way through Natalon on Noga, we're going to have decent cosmic weather. So during that time, you want to go out and do things and harness the energy. So you can take that energy in A grounding is going to be a key issue for this week. We need to do as much grounding as possible. So you want to definitely do some taking in, absorbing of the earthly mother angels, all the way through Natalan on Noga, and then Natalan, after Natalan on Noga, and all the way through Shabbatai, it's going to be really, really bad cosmic weather. So that's a time when you're going to want to, again, go back into sort of building mode, where you just keep your head down and don't engage, these Gentiles or whatever too much. And so the feeling that I'm getting from this particular layout of the cosmic weather is that you want to go take in as much energy as you can right now, and then be ready to put out that energy in waves. So you're going to take it in today, and then you're going to put it out Lanava and Medim. Then you're going to take in the energy on Zedek and Noga and put it out Noga night and Shabbatai. And I think that sort of ebb and flow is us taking in the cosmic messages, and then putting the cosmic messages back into the mother. And I don't know exactly what this means, but this is what is coming out of my mouth right now. So as I get some more information, I'll try and post stuff during the week. I personally am going to spend as much time in with the earthly mother as I can this week. My videos and stuff are all going to still be the same, but I'm going to spend as much time as I possibly can with the earthly mother in various formats and forms. That's how important it has been pressed upon me. So, all right, let's do our reading and see exactly what's going on. Let's see what the angels can give us so that we can... Oh, my goodness. It's my water. All right. So that we can do what we can to assist the mother right now. She's put out an urgent message to us to ground and to be joyful. So I'm going to be really focused in on that this week. So all praise, all glory, and all honor go to the Most High, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the great I am, loving kindness, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We ask for permission again to speak with the angels for just a moment so that we can get a message that will help us to better navigate through the cosmic weather for this week. To the earthly mother, we appreciate all of your hard work and everything that you do for us. We acknowledge our older, wiser brother Yahushua and the perfect example that he set. And to the angels whom we've already called in, we ask that you give us a message that's clear, that's easy for us to understand, that's easy for us to apply, and of course, that will assist us in doing the will of the Most High for this cosmic weather week. We know that we are terrible clients, but we appreciate you still showing up every day and doing the will of the Most High. We ask that, of course, once you give us the message, we will report back to the Most High that you have fulfilled the covenant. We ask that you continue to be with us and you continue to give us the messages. It may seem like we're not, trying, but I assure you that anybody who is watching these things on a consistent basis is doing their best to work with you instead of working against you. And of course, we don't want to be like the Gentiles. We want to give you credit for all the hard work that you're doing, and we want to say thank you for everything. We know you have extremely difficult job, especially right now. All right, so no cards fell out. Let's see. All right, we've got Temperance in reverse. We actually got this card last week. I'm going to slide it over a little bit. All right. Our next card, we got the Nine of Wands in reverse. We've got Fortitude, which is 9 in reverse. We've got, I'm going to have to slide this back, the Queen of Swords in reverse. And we've got the King of Cups in reverse. This is just like last week. All the cards are in reverse. Let me zoom out my fancy schmancy zoom. And, all right, so you guys can see that a little bit better. Okay, so we've got everything in reverse again this week. So again, the reason why we use the regular Rider Waite deck in for this particular reading is because we want to know where the pitfalls are so that we can avoid them. And our daily readings, we want to stay on a more positive vibe, but for the weekly readings, we want to know if there's like problems, and then that way we can correct them, because it's a little bit harder to with the regular deck is good, but it's just like I don't want to put those cards in reverse, because then we won't be able to determine whether that was a message for the week or for whatever. So we want to stay on a high vibration during the week, and these weekly readings we want as much clarity as we can. So that is 16, I think. Yeah, no, 14. I'm sorry. 14. So, all right. So if we're out of alignment with Temperance this week, which means, like tomorrow, Lanava, let me see. Basically today and tomorrow. To be out of alignment with Temperance means we will have disharmony, attitude of no compromise, imbalance, and stagnation. So to make sure that we stay in harmony with the Temperance card for Shemesh into Lanava, or really Nanava, we want to have fusion, invigoration, blending of ideas, inspiration, harmony of rational and intuitive. We want difficulties to be overcome, reconciliation, infusion of power, and diplomacy. So that means that we may have to make peace with people with whom we do not want to make peace. We don't want to start any new arguments. We want to just maintain the peace as much as possible. We want to bring things back into order as much as we possibly can. And, that's how we will stay in balance for today. And also, fusion. We also, again, I think this also talks about the fusion element is also like we need to, again, fuse with the earthly mother. We need to ground with her right now. She is calling for us to do that in a very, very joyful manner. So we want to be joyful as we do this. And this card is saying that something may come up where we will not remain joyful. We'll have some sort of problem, and so the way that we deal with that is, again, we just don't, there's just no need to argue. We're not going to start any fights with anybody. We're going to make peace wherever we can, and we're going to engage in joy and no fear and grounding. That's number one. Top priority for this week, okay? All right, let's look at the Nine of Wands. I think wands are yellow. Yeah. All right, so if we're out of balance, this would be Lanava into Madim. If we're out of balance, we will be impractical. We'll be overly protective. We'll have a lot of problems to overcome. But if we can get into can get into harmony with Lanava and Madim, we'll be productive. We'll have secure position. There might be a pause in our work. So again, this correlates directly with the weather. We'll need to pause in work. That means, pause maybe in physical outside work, but we need to be transferred that from a outside thing to an inside thing, working on ourselves and building ourselves. Anticipating difficulties, regroup thoughts before continuing. Again, with that energy, that's going to be important. Deeper awareness, strength in adversity, career strength, perseverance, discipline, and orderly approach needed. Definitely develop yourself a schedule as much as you can. Stick to that. Satisfaction with current situations. So you want to be satisfied with what you have. Okay, prepare to meet possible challenges, seizing opportunities, take responsibility for own success and defense. Okay, so really on, again, Lanava into Madim, we need to really, really focus on joy is going to be important. Um, we need to take opportunities that come up, and we need to try and be as productive as possible. And this means this kind of productivity is building something, working on something for yourself, building yourself internally, doing some of that, like Miss Sister Pat talked about, that shadow work and stuff like that. Lanava into Madim is going to be a good time to do that. And if you can work on that, again, you will be harvesting the energy that's coming in. You'll be taking it in and using it to work on yourself. Okay, that's a good example of harvesting. So our next card is 11, I think. Um, is that 11 or is that 9? Let me look at 9. No, it's 11. Okay, so this is Fortitude, or the Justice card. And so if we're out of order with justice come Kokav, we will have complications, false accusations, tedious bureaucracy, cloudy perception. So in order to get in order or alignment with the energy that's coming in on Kokav, we need to be objective, we need to be impartial, we need to be fair, we need to have balance, truth, virtue, honor, law, equilibrium, um, impartiality, equity, um, and will be rewarded for that. So again, this energy that's coming on Kokav is going to be pretty poor from Salam all the way to Rana, but then we have some good energy that's coming in on Rana to Salam. So again, we want to do what we can to be fair on Wednesday and not jump to conclusions, and try to be as direct as we possibly can. And that's how we will avoid the pitfall that's coming on Tuesday, okay? So our next card is the Queen of Swords. So okay, so if we're out of order on, this would be Zedek. This would be mostly Zedek, Kokav into Zedek, I think. And so if we're out of order on Kokav or Zedek, we'll be impractical, suspicious, spiteful, isolated, negative, and ill-tempered. So definitely this is a week to try and be as joyful as possible. That's the message that I got. So if we are in order on Zedek, we'll be keenly perspective, quick-witted, independent, intellect expressed through language, taking action, determined and focused mind, thoughts manifested, breaking free from restrictions, self-determined and self-protective. So even though the energy is going to be good on Zedek, we want to try to protect ourselves emotionally as much as we can. We want to harness the energy, which means we just want to absorb all the things that are coming in. We don't need to react to them. We don't need to be irrational or anything like that, but we just take it in and we be joyful for what we're getting, okay? All right. The last card, I'm sorry, I don't know what that sound was, is the King of Cups. And that would be Noga in the Shabbatai. So if we are if we are in order, Noga into Shabbatai, we're out of order, will be immovable, changeable, crafty, shifty, self-serving, and unjust. And if we are in order with our with this card, on Noga into Shabbatai. We will be responsible, we'll be creative, we'll have an interest in the arts and science, reliable, considerate, intuitive, a professional person, community spirited, ready for talks and giving advice, loyalty and commitment to others. So this whole week, we need to be joyful. I get the strong feeling that it's going to be some type of energy that comes in that will have us, not happy and not grateful, and it will distract us from the mission that the mother has given us, which is to ground. And it seems like there's a lot of royalty in the midst, a lot of high level angels in the midst. And so I just get the sense that there, because there's a lot of swords too. We have a lot of major arcana. We actually have no earth cards. So these are not, none of this reading is really grounded. It's all kind of up in the air. And so we really need to ground in order to reverse a lot of the stuff that will be coming at us this week. We need to ground. If we ground, we turned all of these things upside down, because again, you can watch the reading from Shemesh at Thamor, and I talk uh, intently about how the earthly mother needs us to ground, and we need to eliminate the fear from our hearts, and we need to fill our hearts with joy, and we need to just be joyful for whatever comes at us, and we need to take that joy and put it back into the grounding, because these whatever is going on, our physical action is necessary. We physically need to ground. We physically need to, be with the earthly mother physically. And that's what I'm going to be focused on this week. And it just seems like if we ground, we will turn all these things right side up. And that may be why also we got everything upside down last week, but the message wasn't strong enough for me to understand. But this week I'm totally in tune with it. The earthly mother needs us to really ground, and we'll turn a lot of this stuff right side up. And I think we were able to ground last week. I don't think last week was an unsuccessful week. We saw a lot of good things happening. So I just think that for next week, for this current week that's coming, the 7th through the 13th, we need to make sure that we ground as much as possible. We need to be with the earthly mother. We need to have as much joy as possible. And all of these things will come into order, because I get the feeling that these are different spirits that are coming down, but they don't know exactly where to land, because it's so much going on that they're a little bit, I wouldn't say disoriented, but the Gentiles are messing with their communication. And so they're coming into a situation where they're not coming in on the best footing. So they need us to ground. They need our joy in order for us to make this as easy as possible for them that's coming in. So there's a lot of royalty from the heavenly realm coming down, and so they need our joy, they need our celebration. When Yahushua went into Jerusalem, he was riding on a donkey, so he was humble, but the people were celebrating. They were saying, Hosanna in the highest, Hosanna in the highest. And so we need to engage in that same sort of celebration, as if we are welcoming a royal party that's coming in. And right now we're not quite. This is just a something to help us be prepared for what is coming. And so we need to be thankful, we need to be joyful, we need to engage all of our fruits of the Spirit in order to take advantage of what is going to be coming in, because these things are coming. I mean, you could see them. They're head down. They're not going up. They're literally coming down, which means they're coming from another realm. So we're just going to try and make it easy for them as they come down, that they have a nice soft landing. When we fall, when the Most High trips us up, we want to have a soft landing. So we need to prepare a soft landing for them. And a soft landing is going to be our grounding energy and our joy. And we just want to spread that out as far as we can, okay? So, I hope that makes sense. I won't hold y'all while I write these down. I'll write them down once we get off. So, all praise, all glory, and all honor go to the Most High, the King of kings and the Lord of lords, the great I am, loving kindness, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We thank you for the opportunity to speak with the angels. We would like to report back that they gave us a message that was clear, easy for us to understand, and easy for us to apply. And we would like that to be added to their record. We thank the earthly mother for always being with us and guiding us down the path of life. We acknowledge our older, wiser brother, Yahweh. And of course, to the angels, you guys are doing a great job. We receive the message. We will put in the effort necessary to provide a smooth landing for whatever is coming in. We understand that, it's a co-creative process with you all. And so we are going to step up and come into the co-creative part. We thank you for all of your hard work, even though we know we are terrible clients. So to the spirits who are here with us, you're invited to go in peace. To my beloved viewers, you're invited to be at peace. And always remember, the Most High is your peace. Shalom, everyone.